Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new this week, I am baking my way through the Great British Baking Show Love to Bake cookbook. Today I am making Marc's chocolate brownie drip cake. Marc is one of the bakers from the Great British Baking Show, the 2020 year. So let's get started. Okay, so I have just boiled 6 tablespoons of water, and I'm just going to add 50 grams of cocoa powder and 2 teaspoons of instant coffee. Okay, and then I'm just going to stir this into a smooth paste. All right, now I'm just going to set that to the side. Okay, I'm going to start with 100 grams of butter in my stand mixer with my beater attachment, and I am going to add 275 grams of caster sugar, and I am just going to beat this on medium speed for 3 to 5 minutes. It's not really creamy looking, but oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's smooth. It's just a little different than what I'm used to. Okay, so now what I need to do is add the eggs. So I have 3 large eggs, and I'm just going to add one at a time, beating well in between each addition. And then if I need to add a little bit of flour, I will, just to stop it from curdling. Okay, I did not actually need to add any flour. It looked good. So I have all 3 eggs in there, and then I need to beat in my cocoa paste that I had made. So we're good there. And then I'm going to beat this in. Okay, that's looking really good. So I have 175 grams of self-rising flour and a teaspoon of baking powder, all sifted. I'm also folding in 100 grams of 70% dark chocolate chips. Okay, looks all folded in there. Now today I am using 6-inch or 15 centimeter pans. I've got 3 of them ready to go, greased, and I've got the bottom lined with a baking sheet, parchment paper. And so I'm going to divide these, my mix, into my 3 pans. Okay, they are all evenly divided as best as I can do that. My oven is set to 355 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to bake these for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay. So I clearly tested a couple of them before they were done. So whoops. But those have been in there a little over 25 minutes, so more like 27, 28 minutes. But I'm going to let them cool while I make the other parts of the cake. All right, so my cakes are back there cooling. They still have a long way to go, but I have a couple of other things to make. So first off, I have a chocolate ganache that I'm going to make. So I have 200 grams of 70% dark chocolate in a bowl. I have brought 200 milliliters of a heavy whipping cream or double cream just to the boil. And I'm going to pour this over. I'm going to let that sit for 5 minutes to melt the chocolate down, and then I will give it a stir. Okay, I'm ready to stir. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. So I'm just supposed to stir it until it's smooth and glossy. And then I'm going to leave it to cool all the way so that I can whip it up like whipped cream. Okay, my ganache is cool, so I'm going to use my electric hand whisk and whip it up until it's light and fluffy. All right, that's about as fluffy as it's getting. There's a lot of chocolate in there, so I'm not sure how much fluffier it's going to get anyway. Now there's also Chantilly cream in this cake. So what I've got is 200 milliliters more of my double cream, heavy whipping cream in the States. I am going to add a tablespoon of icing sugar, which is just powdered sugar. Okay. All right, and then also a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then I'm also going to whip this up until it's light and fluffy. I imagine, Yep, so I'm going to whip this until it's soft peaks. There we go, soft peaks. Okay, let's assemble. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my ganache in the middle of my cake board, and we'll just start stacking these guys. And then I need to put half or part of my Chantilly cream on it. And then my other layer, the remaining of my Chantilly cream. Probably should have put a little bit more on the first layer. Oh well. All right, that looks pretty good. Now I need to spread the chocolate ganache on the top and sides of the cake. So here we go. I like to mostly just let it waterfall on it, as much as that may not be the right move. Okay, that was a really messy process, but it's there and looks decent enough. We're not done, so I'll fix it in a minute. I do need to chill this for about 30 minutes. Okay, the last thing for our cake is a chocolate drip to go around the outside edge. So the cake is almost cool, so I'm going to get this done. I've got 75 grams of milk chocolate this time, and then I've got 75 milliliters of just boiled double cream or heavy whipping cream. Okay, so again, we poured that into the bowl, and now I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes to really melt that chocolate. All right, let's just give this a stir. We're going to stir this until smooth. I'm going to let that sit and thicken up a little bit. Okay, now to decorate it, I just put the chocolate drip in a little piping bag, and we're ready to see if it drips. Okay, there it is. Look at that pretty cake. It could be prettier. We'll just put it there. That is not my forte. Anyway, here's a slice. You can see the cream and that ganache layer on top. Okay, there we go. Let's give her a taste. That's chocolate. Yeah, definitely really good chocolate. I like cream, so that's really good. You know, it's cute. It takes a little bit of time, especially with the chilling. Got to give it time. But, you know, worth it. All right, that's my latest bake in the Great British Baking Show Love to Bake cookbook. If you want to see this recipe, check the description below. There is a link to where you can buy this book. And then, as always, like, subscribe so you can see when my next video is. But, yeah, I will see you next bake.